This is episode 79 of RV Dream Makers. And in this episode, we're still at the Valley of the Gods boondocking, and
we drove up the road. We drove to Natural Bridges National Monument, and when you drive there, you drive on a road called the Moki Dugway, and it's considered the most dangerous road in Utah. It goes up 1,200 feet with hairpin turns with no shoulders, no guardrails, no nothing. And it was definitely interesting to drive on. But we tried to GoPro it, but for some reason the GoPro did not record. So we got some pictures, and then Jody took his drone back and we got some drone footage of it, parts of it. But and Natural Bridges was amazing. There are 3 natural bridges. A bridge it's considered a bridge if it's formed by flowing water. So they all have like creeks underneath them. The third bridge had a creek beside it, so it's moved over time, but they were all formed by flowing water, where arches are formed by rain, sand, wind, stuff like that. And then they also had some ruins in there. So it was really neat. It was great. We were gonna do a loop to see all 3 of them, but the creek was really high, so we just had to do each one individually, which is actually harder because you have to go down like 700, 800 feet in like 3/4 of a mile, and then you're coming back up that. So they were it was really fun, but they were definitely some hiking out. But and then we also went to House on Fire, which is in Bears Ears National Monument, and it was really neat. It's some ruins, and by the way the rocks look, it looks like it's on fire, especially if the sun, they said about 10 o'clock in the morning, when the sun's really shining in there, that it's just amazing. So
all right, we hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, we are at Natural Bridges National Monument, and we are driving this loop and then walking to stuff. So this is the first one. Michelle's already ran ahead of me.
there's the Natural Bridge right there. See it? And it says bridges are made by water, erosion by water. So we're gonna hike down to it. But that's pretty cool. And this is Sipapoo. It says it's 220 feet tall and 268 feet wide.
So how are you gonna walk down to it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing the what we just looked at, Sipapoo, down to the bottom.
When I get to the bottom.
Okay, we get to do a ladder.
He was in the service, actually.
That's awesome that you guys are doing that.
What happened?
He took his own life. So it's nice.
All right, so came down the ladder, and now we're going through this kind of cool area.
You can hear almost like the water rushing.
I don't know if the video will pick it up, but you can almost hear a sound. There's the bridge. You can still go down closer to it. There's still a trail, so look at this rock. And then there's some ruins here. I'm assuming, unless this was like an archaeological dig and they did this. But I don't know. Maybe there was something in there that they were trying to protect. But pretty cool area.
Okay, I don't know where Michelle went, but we came from way up there. They got railings here to hold on the way down. Then I got another ladder to go down here and cross. And there is the bridge. I think I see my wife down through the stuff.
How amazing is this? Ugh. But I'm gonna go down there so I can get like underneath it. It's so cool. There's handrails for this, but I'm gonna go down. It's so amazing.
Another ladder. Came down that ladder. Come down through here, more rails. And then another ladder. All right, Michelle's going up the ladder first.
Now we got all up to do.
Yes, it's all up. And I am out of energy. Didn't bring a backpack. Starving. So, okay. We climbed up from the bottom. And there's Michelle out on the edge.
We're gonna do the Kachina Bridge, which they said they named it for the dancers. The other one was for, they believe, I'll have to do the name. It tells the whole stories on the names, but we're doing the Kachina Bridge now.
Yeah, we gotta go down like 400 feet.
I'm afraid a storm's blowing in.
Oh, it says 0.75 miles. Well, we're headed down there. Yeah, that's it, Michelle.
Really?
Yeah. There's.
So we're under the bridge. It's hard to get a good shot of it. It's so thick. They said this is the youngest. And all those rocks, that's 4,000 pounds of rocks that fell off of it in 1996 or something like that. But this one's harder to get a picture of because I can't go over there because that creek is so deep. I don't think I can get across it. So. Omo Bridge, and it's the shortest. It says it's easiest to view from underneath. Here's the bridge. I'm going to go down underneath it and try to go on the other side of it too, but here it is. This is a thin one. And it's a bridge, not an arch, because water created it. And there's the third one.
Yeah, right here. Come right here.
It says Owachomo is a Hopi word for round mound. On the upper left side of the bridge is a rock outcrop that suggested the name for the bridge. So over there, it's hard to see without the sky behind it. It looks different from either Supapai or Kanicha Bridge. Owachomo no longer straddles the stream that carved it, and so it appears to be an arch. Flowing water is required to carve a hole through a rock wall to form a bridge, while an arch is freestanding and does not cross the stream. Natural Bridges is famous for its 3 spectacular bridges, but the monument also contains many smaller and less noticeable arches. So it's getting really windy. Look at it in the night sky. That's amazing. I'd love to be here at night. So this is Horse Collar Ruin Overlook. It's at Horse Collar Ruin is an outstanding cliff dwelling. You cannot reach the structures from this overlook, but it provides an excellent view of the site. So we're going to that overlook. So it says, located below and across the canyon, Horse Collar Ruin is a well-preserved ancestral Pueblo village inhabited between AD 1050 and AD 1300. This site is unusual because it contains both round and square kivas, domestic and ceremonial rooms, that represent 2 different architectural styles. The round kiva is associated with the Pueblo people of the Mesa Verde area of southwestern Colorado and southeastern Utah, while the square kiva is indicative of the Pueblo people in the Kayenta area of northern Arizona. Pottery found at the site also reflects these different influences, indicating likely trade partners. Horse Collar Ruin exhibits a strong Kayenta tradition during the early period of occupation, with the Mesa Verde influence dominating the later period of use.
We've been down the Hoven Weeps, and have you been to the Canyon of the Ancients?
Not yet, no.
It's up over here.
Yeah, I know where it's at. We're going over there to...
That Sandstone Canyon, that's really nice. There's cliff dwellings. You kind of go up at the start, kind of like this kind of stuff, so slick rock. And then once you get up to an elevation, you're pretty much level, kind of like this, pretty much level the whole hike.
So there's, no, they're both hikes, but one's short. So I don't know, the video doesn't lighten it very much, but gosh, I don't even know if you can see it. It's just on the edge of the sunshine. But there's some there, and then there's some in there. But I think the sun's just shining the wrong way. So... we just drove up the road. I did a GoPro of it, but there's some of that. That's literally a turn. Then you come to, I mean, it was, yeah, it's pretty crazy. This road is, it's pretty nuts. But this is the view. It's a pretty epic view. So.
Okay, we are doing a hike today, or many hikes today, short ones.
Bears Ears.
And we are in Bears Ears National Monument, and we are doing the House on Fire hike. I think it's only round trip 2 miles. So it's kind of steep, isn't it? Steeper than you think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, rather go up than down there. That was. Ooh, this is kind of iffy. Watch where you're going. Whoa. There must be a better trail around the other way if you don't want to come this way. Yep, we should have stayed on the trail, shouldn't we? Would have been easier. Yeah. Okay. We're up here now.
So these are them. Pretty amazing. And the way that the rock goes, it makes it look like why I call it House on Fire. But we think they've built up the doorways so people don't go in there. But it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, we went and seen the house. Now it's a pretty neat.
The way the rocks are, it looks like it's on fire.
Yeah.
And the sun's in there, I guess.
But it's a neat little canyon that we hiked through.
Yeah.
You can see this canyon up here. Looks. You think those are water streaks that come down over the side of the thing up to the left?
I think so.
Up to the left, up there.
Yeah.
See them way up there at the top? It's a white and a black one.
Yeah, because that's how it was at the natural bridges. You know, those blacks were almost like water, because some of them were even kind of wet.
Pretty neat terrain here.
Yeah.
That is crystal clear water there. Look at that boulder hanging off up there. I have no idea. It almost looks like I could be behind it and just give it a little shove.
This one. It's barely held on by that rock.
hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. It is June 15th. We are, as you can see behind us, parked right next to the Salmon River. We're only about 30 feet away from the river. As you can see, the RV here. And we, this is the Sawtooth Mountains. You have the Sawtooth Wilderness. You have some national forests around here. Next to Glacier right now, it's our #2 on most beautiful scenery. We haven't been able to do some major hikes up to glacial, like, well, not glacial, but up to Alpine Lakes, because there's still too much snow. We will come back here in a couple years because there's so much hiking to do, and we'll come back later right before we go to Glacier, because really it's just a 2-day drive to Glacier from here. And so yeah, it's I mean, in our days are like 3 hours, 4 hours maybe at the most that we drive. We really cut down on our driving, just because I don't like doing it anymore. So we stay in close proximity to everything. But anyway, from here we're going back over to the Joe T. Fellini campground and McKay Reservoir, where we were 2 years ago, and then we're going to go up to West Yellowstone and check out some boondocking there. So anyway, remember, God loves you, but only Jesus can save you.
See ya.